Are you ready to make this year the best year ever for your business? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to track the metrics that matter, how to set real goals, and how to take daily actions toward achieving these goals. So, if you are looking to grow your e-commerce business, this video is perfect for you. The first step that you should ever take is to define your starting point. Before deciding how much you want to grow your business or where you want to take your business, you need to understand where your business stands at now. And in order to do that, there are 5 metrics that you should be tracking. The first one is your store traffic. And this is a metric that you can find within Shopify, and it will tell you how many people or how many sessions your store is receiving. The more traffic you receive, the better it is, as long as the traffic you are receiving is actually interested in your product and in your brand. For any business, traffic is the blood. If you're not receiving traffic, you can never make sales. So getting more traffic is always good. Now moving to the second metrics, and it is your store conversion rate. And it's also a metric that you can find within Shopify. This metric is going to tell you how much you are being able to convert your store visitors into customers. So if your conversion rate, for example, is 2%, it means that out of 100 visits, you are turning 2 visitors into customers. So you are receiving 2 sales. Obviously, the higher your conversion rate is, the better it is. The third metric we are going to discuss is your store average order value. And this metric is going to tell you how much on average a person is spending during one purchase. Obviously, the higher your average order value is, the better it is. Also, you can find this number on Shopify within your analytics dashboard. The next metric we are going to talk about is your customers returning rate. And this metric is super important because it's going to give you an idea about how much of your old customers are coming back to your store and purchasing again from you. The higher your return rate is, the better it is. For any brand to be healthy, to be successful, focusing on your old customers, making sure that they are coming back to your store is extremely important, unless you are selling something that people can't purchase again in the future. And this is actually a very rare case. In most cases, most brands sell multiple products that are related to each other, or maybe a product that needs refills or something like this. So focusing on your return rate is extremely important, and this is also a metric that you can find within your Shopify dashboard. Now, the next metric I want to talk about is your acquisition cost. And this metric is not available on Shopify. It's something that you need to calculate manually, and it's simply how much you are paying in order to acquire a new customer. If you are running ads, this could be simply how much you have spent on ads divided by the number of customers that you have gained during this month, for example. And for sure, the lower your acquisition cost is, the better it is. Now, the action I want you to take is to go to your Shopify dashboard and write down these metrics for the past month or the previous 30 days. Okay, you can fill them on any Google Sheet if you wish, or you can download the Excel sheet I have created for you that you can use in order to track your metrics and understand your profits and all of your numbers. You can find the link of this sheet below in the description, and it will greatly help you to map your progress month after month. It's below, it's for free, just click on the link and download it, and that's it. Now that you know your metrics and you have an idea about where you are starting from, let's start by talking about the next steps that you should be taking. And the second step, or the second thing that you should be working on, is to increase the traffic you are receiving on your store. Obviously, the more traffic you receive, the better it is, because every visit on your store is a new opportunity to make a new sale. So how we are going to increase your traffic? Well, there are several things that we can do in order to improve the traffic. The first thing could be by increasing our ad spend. Okay, so let's say, for example, you are spending now around $100 per day on ads. Maybe you can double this, but you need to increase it slowly for sure. But maybe you can double this, and in this way you will get more and more traffic. The easiest way to estimate the amount of budget you should put in order to get the traffic you want is to use your CPM. So let's say, for example, on Facebook you usually pay $10 for each 1,000 impressions, okay? And you want to increase your traffic, for example, by 3,000 sessions every single day. So what you can do is to simply add $30 to your daily budget on Facebook. This is a quick calculation, but it's very logical and you can use it. Okay, so decide how much you want to grow your traffic and invest on ads more and more. When it comes to increasing your ad spend, whether on Facebook or on Google, I recommend you to do it slowly. So do an increase of 10 to 20% every 3 to 2 days, and that's it. Now, the second thing that you can do in addition to increasing your ad spend is to start publishing more on social media. Social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok can be great to drive organic traffic to your store. So start, for example, by creating more reels, more videos, and so on. And if you are able to create videos that go viral, this is gonna greatly help you to increase the amount of traffic on your store. Now, the next thing that you can do is to work with influencers or content creators, and those are going to help you to increase your brand awareness and drive more traffic. If you want to know more about influencers and content creators and how to work with them, there is a video on this YouTube channel where I explain everything related to influencers, so I highly recommend you to check it out. So the actions that you need to take at this step is the following. First, start by increasing your ad spend if this is an option. Second, put a plan to create at least 3 pieces of content every single week. They should be reels, short videos, less than 1 minute, showcasing your product benefits, the transformations your products are going to achieve, and so on. Okay, create those videos and share them on your social media profiles. The next thing that you should be doing is to also make it a weekly habit to reach out to 3 different influencers or content creators and send them your products in return of pieces of content, of mentioning your products on their stories, and so on. Make it a weekly habit to reach out to influencers and to create content for your brand, because these 2 strategies are going to greatly help you to increase your brand awareness and to reach more and more people. After focusing on your store traffic, the next thing that you should be doing, and it's actually something that you should be doing in parallel, is to optimize your store conversion rate. Your store conversion rate, it's a very important metric that will dedicate a lot how much sales and revenues you are making. So let's say, for example, your current conversion rate is 2%. This means that out of 100 visits, you are making 2 sales. Now imagine that you are able to increase this number to 4%. This means that now instead of doing 2 sales, you're making 4 sales while paying or the same amount of money or doing the same amount of effort to drive this traffic. Now imagine if we increase this to 6%. So now out of the 100, we are making 6 sales. And as you can see, we are increasing our sales without paying more for traffic. We are not driving more traffic. We're just convincing more people to buy from us. Optimizing your store conversion rate is something super important, and there are so many factors that can affect this metric and that can improve it. But if I want to think about one thing that you should do, like the first thing that you should do is to include reviews and testimonials on your store. This is the number 1 thing that can greatly affect your store conversion rate. The second thing that you should be doing, and it's also extremely important, is to make sure that your product pages have all the needed information and all the needed details in order for people to understand your products, understand what your products do, how your products are going to help them, because if they don't understand, they will never buy. So these are the 2 things that you should be focusing on. So many other things can improve your conversion rate, will improve your conversion rate, but these 2 things will actually make or break your store conversion rate. So what are the actions that you should be taking in order to improve your store conversion rate? The first thing I want you to do is to add an app called stamp.io. You can add any similar app to it, I don't mind, but this app is great because it sends automatic emails to your customers reminding them to review your products. And they can review the products directly within the email, so they don't need to go back to the store to review the product or something like this. There are so many other apps that are very similar to stamp.io. Use any of them. The most important thing is to have this automated on your store. The second thing I need you to do is to reach out to your loyal customers. I'm pretty sure you have those customers who have bought like 2, 3, 4 times from your store. Reach out to them and ask them to review the products. And not only that, if a customer have bought from you 3 or 4 times, most probably they love your product. So what I want you to do is to ask them to record a video review. I know that filming videos is not easy, but believe me, so many people will do it, especially if they love your products and your brand. So you just need to ask. Ask 10. If one of them gave you a video, this is good enough. Okay, when you have those videos, when you have people talking about the products, how the products help them, include these videos within your product page. And there is an app that can help you to showcase these videos within your product page, and you can find it in here. Now, the next thing I want you to focus on after collecting reviews and after doing your best to have as much reviews as possible is to optimize your product page. And in here, you must think about two main ideas. First, you must make sure that you are replying to any and every question your customers might have about your product. This is a must. The second thing that you should be focusing on is to fight any objection your customers might have before buying the product. So let's say, for example, you are selling a product that filters water. You need to include lab test results within your product page somewhere, verifications, certifications, anything that can prove to your customers that your product delivers the results you have promised. This is super important. This goes to anything. If you are selling hair extension, if you are selling eyelashes, if you are selling waterproof makeup, you need to prove everything you are saying. You need to prove that your product is going to deliver what you have promised. So, for example, if you are selling waterproof makeup, you need to show them maybe someone throwing water on their faces and the makeup is lasting. So this is a proof that your products work. Or maybe, for example, if you are selling lashes, you need to show them a proof that the lashes are not going to fall with wind, for example. So maybe you have a hair dryer on your face, or maybe you go to a windy space and you show them the lashes lasting. So you need to make your best to fight any objections your customers might have and to reply to all of their questions. One very smart tip in here is to go back to your product reviews or to reviews on Amazon for products similar to yours, or go to your competitors and see what type of questions they have included, what type of graphics, information, photos, maybe videos they have included on their pages, and try to do the same. All of these tips will greatly help you to improve your store conversion rate, and I highly recommend you to track this improvement month after month, even week after week. What you can do is to have a change log of everything that you are changing on your store and track what's happening with the conversion rate according to this change. When you see the conversion rate improving, this means that the change you have made was right, so you stick to it. If you saw that the conversion rate didn't improve, or maybe it went back, you know that the change you have made didn't work and you need to go back to the old thing. Once you are done with your store conversion rate, the next metric that you should be focusing on is your store average order value. So the average order value is how much on average a customer is spending during one sale. So let's say currently customers on average pay $40 per sale. Let's say you are able to increase this number to $60. So this means that you are able to increase your profits directly, okay? You have already paid in order to drive this customer to your store, so the more money you can make out of this customer, the better it is. So how you can increase your average order value? I always recommend my clients to understand their starting point. So let's say currently your average order value is $40. So I would aim to increase it to $50 first. Increasing the average order value is tricky and it's not something easy to do. That's why you should be aiming at increasing it step by step. Okay, the first thing I recommend you to do in order to increase your average order value is to offer free shipping thresholds. So let's say your average order value currently is $40 and you want to increase it to $50. What I recommend you to do is to offer free shipping for everything, for every order that's more than, for example, $45 or $50. In this way, you are pushing your customers towards spending more in order to reach the free shipping threshold. The second thing that you can do is to offer a gift, for example, for a certain cart value. But I usually like to start with the free shipping threshold. Now, once you are done with the free shipping threshold, the second thing that you can do is to create bundles. Okay, bundles usually have like multiple products at the same time. They are more expensive, but they are very attractive because people like them. They like to give them as gifts, Also, usually they come with a small discount, which encourages people to buy them. So what you can do is to bundle several products from your store. So you create bundles and maybe you offer a small discount on them, but in this way, you are encouraging your customers to spend more. Now, in addition to bundles, what you can do is to offer an upgraded version of the current product your customers are buying. And you can do that using apps like, for example, the Monk app. So let's say, for